please welcome Cyndi Lauper.
They told me about that you guys were talking about, you know, depression when you're trying to detox from alcohol.
Yeah.
And then you're giving me some.
Well, yes.
Like
Exactly.
dirty trick.
It is a dirty trick. We're full of them.
Yeah, we got details.
No, we just saw you in that video there. Obviously, that was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you look back on that? Because that was such an iconic time, wasn't it? There was so many of you brilliant pop stars that came out.
Oh,
came
that's
out then.
very nice. Well, you know, I remember the taxi cab drivers that were yelling at us like, "What do you mean? Girls want to have what? Just want to what? Will you move? Move. Out of the way." And, you know.
That was obviously New York then, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can see why taxi drivers would probably say move, because it's a busy place, is it not?
They were just sitting there, you know, because it was in the village, and they were just sitting waiting for the light, and they go, "They just want to what?" And, you know, everybody turned around, "We want to have fun. That's
Why
not
do you
fun."
think it was a kind of liberating song at the time? Had they not heard about girls having fun then?
You see, it was a song about entitlement, and it's great to have been a part of that and kind of see like a movement of generations of women, right down to the little one coming to the concerts.
yeah.
Grandma had rhinestones on, Mom had, you know, some spray paint, and the little one was dressed in a very wild version of myself.
But
Made you
has
think.
that changed though? How do they still come dressed? I mean, you know.
Well, they come dressed because you know you can get arrested.
You never know these days.
But you mentioned empowerment. I mean, that's something that you still feel very strongly about, don't you?
Well, yeah.
You know, with your True Colours tour. Tell us a little bit
Oh,
about that.
well, that, you know, I'm friend and family of the LGBT community. And so I was fortunate enough to be also raised by a single mom, and in a time when that wasn't the thing to do. So firsthand, I got to see real discrimination and raised within the civil rights movement in my country. And I heard every kind of crazy reasoning why things were the way they were. I went to the beach and would listen to Nat King Cole and Sam Cooke and James Brown and Aretha Franklin on the radio, blaring on a beach with a lot of white people on blankets, putting a lot of oil on them, bragging about how black they were going to get, and then railing about if black kids go to the same school as white kids.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, how are you going to have it? You want to turn black, but you don't want to see somebody who's naturally like that. Are you insane? You know, which is what I thought grown-ups were basically, you know, cuckoo.
But during the, you know, these tours that you do to raise awareness, you come together with a lot of your old pals from the 80s, don't you? Like Joan Jett and the Blackhearts and people like that.
Yeah, I am. I was just trying to raise awareness with Joan Jett, and it's a kind of tour that creates an artist community with older artists who are still making current music and young artists who need a platform, and also raising awareness about equality, human rights for everybody, not just some people. You know, you can't make a law and say, okay, everyone's equal. Except for you guys over there, not you. Because if you do that, see, everybody's at risk. Because if they can do it to them, pal, they can do it to you. So it stands to reason that everybody would be interested in, you know, either you have equal rights or you don't. If somebody doesn't have them and you do, you could be next, pal. And so I was just trying to also bring people together, make them feel empowered. I wasn't telling them, you know, in my country, they'd vote for the American Idol quicker than they'd vote for the American president, which doesn't... Well, no, because you should charge him, because, you know, on the American Idol, they charge you to vote.
That's true.
You know.
But music, which is what you're brilliant at, and we're so thrilled that you've got your 12th album out now.
No, 13.
13?
You know, and that's good luck.
It is. So tell us a little bit about your music, because we love your stuff.
Oh, well, I made this album, Bring You to the Brink. I reached out to the dance community. I had done 2 specialized CDs. You know, I guess they thought it was going to be like Rod Stewart, except they didn't tell me that. And
Did you go to Europe and find out all
no,
the
but
different...
this one was me kind of going back. I was talking about the other, you know, like At Last. And then, of course, you know, the Body Acoustic, which, you know, turned out that I could play dulcimer in every song. You know? I figured, why not? Next will be the trombone. but I went, for this album, I came here because I noticed that not only do you guys drive on the other side of the road, but you sing on the other side of the beat. So I figured I would come here and really learn it with other artist producers, because I'm an artist producer. I kind of been doing it my whole life since 1986. So I looked for people who produce their own work, because then you could kind of like, every time you get with people like that, it's like a band.
Yeah.
So you have all these little bands, you know what I mean, like a jukebox. But you get, you know, and then I got Jeremy Wheatley, this wonderful, brilliant engineer, mixer, producer guy, to mix it.
Right.
And the reason I chose him, and I was lucky enough that our schedules matched, was because I heard his work when he did this Goldfrapp single, Ride a White Horse. And the voice was so engaging, and it did not take away from the integrity of the rhythm or the music. And that's always the fine line. You want people to get up and dance. You want the words to chew well, and you want people to be able to identify and be compelled by the storyteller, which is the singer. So, you know, for me, when I'm dancing, I always think, you know, who's this dame I'm dancing with? You know what I mean? It's interesting. Is she kooky? She's a little, you know.
Yeah.
Do you flirt? Do you flirt a bit? We've just been on about flirting.
Well, yeah, you know, my son's 10 and a half. He wanted to get a book on flirting.
Yeah. Really?
Tell him to speak to Jane.
Oh, no, he'd chat her up. He'd chat everybody.
Really?
He's a piece of work. Yeah.
Where does he get
That from you.
No, you know, I was told I was clueless. You know.
Oh.
Really?
You're like us, so no, yeah.
Yeah, I'm busy. I'm very busy, you know. But my son, you know, he even came in when I was doing the CD, and he said, you know, Mom, listen, I'm going to try and help you here. So he came in, and he said, let me play you some good music. So he played me all his music that he listens to, which is, you know, a lot of hip-hop and, you know, some heavy stuff, because, you know, he plays hockey, so it's his pump-up music, you know. So he said, Mom, you know, he heard Same Old Story, which has a parental advisory, which I won't say, because I was told not to say those things, you know. Although I know what T's give each other the finger.
Oh, dear.
But the pinky, the pinky.
Well, Cyndi, I mean, you mentioned your
Oh,
son.
look, she's changing the subject. No, I ain't going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Don't worry. But my son told me that if you want a success, you got to leave the curse words in. So then he went down to iTunes, and he's showing me all the explicit stuff. And I say, hey, pal, you're not supposed to download. He said, Mom, I'm not. But look at how successful it is. And then he plays them, you know, just as long as they play for before they shut off and you have to buy it. And he's
Cyndi,
like,
I'm
but that's
afraid
how
I'm
he
going to
listens.
do worse than change the subject.
Okay,
I'm afraid we've run out of time
Oh.
with you. But you're going to be back later at the end of the show. What song is it that you're going to be performing for us?
It's called Into the Nightlife, and it's off the Bring You to the Brink CD. Go out and get it. It's good for you. Lower your blood pressure.
All right, it's Cyndi Lauper, everyone. Thank you so much.